about the uncharacteristic penalties, in particular the Rouser playing the first
Yeah,
half?
I mean, unacceptable for us, and that's not my fault. That's on me. We got to get that stuff cleaned up. I mean, we can blame the players all we want, but it's not. At the end of the day, it's our job. It's our responsibility to get them to act, get them to play, to get them to do their job, to sign them. Right? That's the beautiful thing about college coaching is everything is my fault. Bottom line, because I bring them all here. And I got to do a better job. We kick a ball out of bounds to start the game. Then we get a penalty. I have to look at the kickoff return. I'd like to see that one before I comment. Another 15-yard penalty. We just lost 30 yards of field position. We throw a pick on the first drive. There's another 35 yards of field position. So we lost 65 yards of field position in 2 possessions of the game on the road. Like, you're not going to win many games, and then you give them that penalty on a third down and get them to convert. You're not going to win many games if you play football like that. And unfortunately, that's I think our first game since I've been here that I can say we were undisciplined, and we got to get that fixed.
What did they do on run defense that really bothered you guys up all game?
Played odd front, weak overhang, and they mirrored, shed a block late. Packers jumped behind the zone. We weren't pressing runs hard enough, and when you're a wide zone team and you don't press runs, you don't get the double team to the backer. And because we weren't getting the double team to the backer, they were able to fold back on all of our runs, and it happened over and over and over again. And then they won some reps, they won some pressure reps from that perspective. But we just weren't as in sync. Wide zone teams are very, very in sync, the O-line and the running back, and right now we're not completely in sync like we were in weeks 1 and 2.
Sam seemed like he was just a bit off the whole game, too.
Yeah, I mean, first really loud game on the road for a freshman starter, So he missed a couple throws that I know he can make, and then he made a couple throws that we got to make for him. Everybody, imagine if we catch the one deep ball to start the second drive and it goes for 70, he throws for 350 on the game, and people say, look how great our freshman quarterback played, right? But it's the nature of the game. I thought he got, last week he scrambled to throw a little bit. I thought this week he scrambled to run. And I think that's just part of the maturing process is he's got to be able to see the different looks. The odd with the weak dropout spooked him a couple times, which is new. He's never seen that. We've never shown it other than practice this week. We haven't faced a team that's done it. So the weak overhang dropout, some of the weak side boundary game was new for him, and it got us twice. And I think all that stuff is learning experience that he's going to see, watch, right? And then if we play another team that's odd, weak overhang like this week, right, he's going to be able to actually have done it before. But that's one of the harder parts when you're young is sometimes you've never seen what you're going versus other than 2.5 days of practice. And that's what that was today, I thought.
And after the second drive, their offensive second drive, I mean, you talked about it the other week too. I mean, you can practice the tempo all you want, but it seemed like the defense made the adjustment. What did you just see from the defense after the second drive?
Yeah, we force them to run the ball. I mean, that's an RPO team. They do a good job on offense because everything is going to be good hat counts, based off box counts. And we were trying to force them to run the ball, and I think we did that. That third drive, we forced them to run. It was 2 runs, and then on those 2 drives, I think it got to 3rd and 5, right? And then we got them off the field on a 3 and out because it was run versus soft boxes. And we wanted the line of scrimmage on those downs. So I think that was part of the adjustment we made because early in the game they were motioning to get us into soft thirds to throw glance routes, whether it was to the field or the boundary with the motion game. Good game plan by them going into it, and then we had to make an adjustment.
What did you find out about your team today that you can apply going forward?
Yeah, I mean, we battled till the end. I mean, there was a little bit of frustration out there. Like, man, every time we try to get back, they do score lead again. Like, we just couldn't close out the gap all game, which I think was the frustrating part. Is our guys stayed in it and they fought, and then we just couldn't close it. It was like, oh, we get down 4, and then they kick a field goal before half. Crap. Right, and we had them on third downs, and we had 3 timeouts. Imagine if we get off the field on one of those third downs, and we get the ball with 1:20 left with 3 timeouts. Different game. And then we get on the field, and then we go 3 and out. So it was like, I learned that our guys are going to fight, right? But sometimes it doesn't go your way. Sometimes you can fight, and it's not good enough. And today we weren't good enough. That's just the reality of it. Work doesn't mean you're going to win. That doesn't equate to wins. It equates to usually playing good football. And today we just played uncharacteristic of our game in the first, specifically the first 9 minutes, 8 minutes of the game. If you just eliminated those first 8 minutes and the penalties, right, we played a fairly clean game from there. It was just those first 8 minutes of the game that were just uncharacteristic of us.
Do you have a sense of what contributed in that happening, just given the fact that it was different than?
I don't know. I mean, I would think just we're on the road. It's loud. People are throwing tortillas, and it's like we laugh, but it's like the energy of the game is there. Like, we're getting hyped up. We're trying to play hard. We're ready to play. We feel like we're ready to play, and it's not working. Okay, that's frustrating. So I feel like that frustration of like, man, there's great energy here. It's a really good environment, and we got our butt kicked early, and then we responded poorly in that area of the field. And then we calmed them down, and then we got better on defense. We put together a drive on offense. But I would say that is it. You know, that was our first real road, loud crowd road game, 60,000 fans, and we didn't handle it well, specifically early.
Do you think that at halftime, you're only down by 7, as bad as things were going, did you kind of feel fortunate, hey, we're down by 7?
100%. That's what we said. We said we're down 7 points, and that was and kudos to, Tech played a really good football game. You know, they dominated the line of scrimmage. I mean, absolutely dominated it. They had a good plan, and they dominated it, but we said we played a bad game, a bad first half, and we're still in it. You know, now unfortunately, you know, we come out, we get a gain of 5 on the first play of the second half, and then the second down we call it naked. We throw the high corner. The cross is coming, but he felt the high corner was there, so took it, incomplete. Then we throw another move pocket. We have Jake Smith wide open on the sideline, right? I thought it was a good throw, and we just were off a little bit. The sun got in his eyes with the sun angle, he said, and he lost it. He's free down the sideline. We catch that ball and go score, right? It's a tie game. The whole momentum's different. So it's a game. The game's a game of inches. It's a game of plays. And today, the big plays, the third downs, and the big opportunities, we didn't hit. And you're not going to win games on the road in this league not hitting those big plays when the opportunity is there.
Kenny, Ken was just in here, you were just in here listening to him talk about this season as he looks at it as 3 different seasons, 4 games each with the bye week separated. Has that been something you've been deploring to this team, looking at it as 3 different seasons and using this bye week as like time to kind of recuperate and reset?
I've been talking about the bye week and how we want to be the best team we can be these first 4 weeks. I haven't really talked beyond that, but we talked about, you know, sitting here preseason, we'd all want to be 4-0. Like, we would have said, of course, like, you've got 4 games for the bye, we want to be 4-0. Like, everybody says that, right? The reality is we're 3-1. We got our butt kicked in the game. They played better than us. It's going to happen. Not everybody goes undefeated. Like, sorry, you're going to lose. I hate it. It's not fun. It's horrible. Like, it's especially for a bye, because it means we lost twice. Because it means you don't get to avenge it for 2 weeks. So it means I'm even more miserable for 2 weeks than I normally am for 1 week, right? And that's how everybody should feel. Everybody should feel absolutely miserable for 2 straight weeks. And then we line it back up. We have a home game. Let's have a sellout crowd. Let's get back on and let's be 4-1. And I would say if we all were real with ourselves and to say we'd be at 3-1 at this point, a lot of people would be fired up, right? Not me, because I have a higher standard for our guys, but we're not in a bad spot. We just got to continue to play football at a high level.
So when you look at the entirety of this kind of first 4 games, when you compare it to last year to the first 4, what areas have you seen the greatest growth in this team program?
Yeah, obviously, you know, we're not as emotional on the sidelines. That definitely, we're not up and down. We respond to situations better, like even tonight going down 14 on the road and we have the ball down 7, right? Then we have a big play when we go down 14 again. Like, it was a back and forth, and then we're down 7 again, or 8, because we missed a field goal or an extra point, which is unacceptable. So it was just, our team is, we can fight back. Last year I thought we couldn't. You know, when we got off the rails, like, that thing was going in the ocean. Like, there was no way to stop it. It was gone. This year, like, our guys can navigate it back. And sometimes you get 14 points down and they do a good job not letting you get completely back. Kudos to them. Every single time that we were right there, they stopped us. Every time that it was like, oh, back behind 7, block a kick. Oh, get down 4, they drive down and score before half. Oh, get down 7 or get down 8, they go get a field goal, up 11. They countered every time that we were on the brink of closing that gap and tying the football game. And that's a testament to them. I think they're year I believe 4 in the program with coach, 3 or 4, I believe it's 4 or 3 with coach, and he does a good job. And you can tell, they got great size on both sides of the ball up front. And like I said, I thought they played really well.
Do you think the overall number of snaps had an impact late in defense in the second half?
100%. We couldn't put together drives on offense. When you can't put together drives, you get tired. And they started leaning on us there with their big bodies late. And then when we were heavy boxes, they were throwing one-on-one RPOs to the perimeter, and they were winning. I don't know if they completed a ball over 15 yards. Off the top of my head, I can't think of a ball completed over 15 yards in the football game, but they were so efficient on early downs, and then they were so good on third downs that style of football moved the ball, right? We either got to be able to stop them from being efficient on first and second down to get them in third and longs, or we got to win on third down. And kudos to them. That's how they play the game. They play the game very efficiently. We knew it going into the game. They were efficient, and then they were better than us on third downs. Our game was to get them to third down, and we got to win those downs, not give up the big play, right? And we did that. We just lost third downs. If we win 3 of those third downs, it's a different football game, but they won them. That's how it works.
And coach, on the fourth down calls when you're going for those, obviously they're saying you have the last year probably would have been different. Maybe you wouldn't have went for those with the way the team is, but just a confidence that shows them. Do you feel it kind of fires them up more when you're going for it there?
Yeah, I mean, it's just more, we should convert 4th and 1s. I mean, statistically, you should convert 4th and 1s, especially when the opposing team was moving the ball. We haven't been as aggressive this year because we've been playing pretty good defense. And when you are, let's punt it, and then let's get the ball back. But in that football game, the way they started on offense, so hot, that we felt like we had to stay on the field and put together a drive. So our guys didn't play, a billion snaps. I don't know what the exact snap count was. 94. No, that's not right. I'm sorry. 83. But that's too many snaps to play on defense. And that's a testament to us not getting off the field on third down and us not converting third down. All it was third down. Take away third down, flip it the other way. Different football game. Those 5 to 6 plays, we got to be able to do better.
Everybody good?
Thanks.
Thank y'all.
Thanks, coach.